Welcome to episode 5 of the McFluff story. We're going to be quite busy this episode. Gertie's starting out with almost no money. She's got 27 simoleans because I spent it all fixing up her house. Yes, Gertie's got the traits eco-friendly, dislikes children, frugal, eccentric and cat person, and she wants to be a cat herder, which means she wants to befriend 15 cats. And up until this point she's only had 11 cats, but she's just got another 4. So we're going to introduce the final 4 cats today. And that's what we'll start the video with, the introductions. The first one is Grey McFluff. Grey is a male, aggressive, genius and hunter. And he's got about 271 days to age up to be an elder. They're all adult cats. The next one is also grey by the look of it. No, this next one is Jo. Jo is a female. Genius, playful and friendly. She's got about 280 days to age up to elder. And then we've got Pounce. Pounce is genius, hyper and adventurous. Another little female. And finally, we have got Stinky McFluff. Now, Stinky is named after a couple of cats that I used to have when I was quite young. Now, the cats are all quite enjoying being at Gertie's place, and it's night time. And there's fireflies out the back, and that's a great place for her to have just behind her house, because she'll need fireflies and butterflies for her elixir potions when she starts making lots of them. Because remember, she's trying to find a way to turn cats into humans. So it's going to take her a lifetime to work out how to do it. Those scratching poles, they have to be replaced, and they cost simoleans each and every time. Something just broke somewhere. And the bird has gone and died, so she's going to have to clean out the bird cage. I'm going to sell that bird cage. I'm not going to have any more minor pets. And it's not in this game. She'd only had it for a couple of sim days and it died. And she'd fed it and talked to it. Maybe it was frightened to death by all the cats. But the cats were not worrying about it. They were busy watching the butterflies. Louis has flown away to the sunset. Now we're going to have to upgrade this particular floor. Actually, by the end of this episode, we're going to have the house set up, ready for the sculptors to move in. At the moment, their bedrooms are empty. See, that's where the sculptors' bedrooms are on the right-hand side of the screen. We've got to make this area, I've got it a 12 by 12 square reserved. I think I'll shrink it to 10 by 10 because 10 by 10 is all we need. But it's 12 by 12 at the moment, and it's going to have no floor. In that square patch that I've reserved, we'll have the floor removed all the way down to the bottom basement. You can see the bedrooms there on the top right. They're empty at the moment. I've also discovered that those square by the bug lights that I use don't actually light the pictures on the walls. They only light the walls. So it seems we've run out of funds. She has about 20 simoleans left, 27 simoleans I think, after that little exercise. She's going to have to go out and do some searching for suns and picking of flowers. I'm going to have to get rid of those trees too. They're so annoying. And they stop you from doing things on this level because the trees are in the way, taking up the space. So there she is, cleaning up after Bluey. Poor little Bluey died. The cats are helping her. She might try a restoration ritual as well to see if we can clean the place up quickly. Let's sell that bird cage. We don't need it anymore. We're not going to buy any bird cages or terrariums or anything like that anymore. We've got enough to worry about with 15 cats. So Gertie's cooking. We'll watch the cats play for a little while though. Not sure if I should keep those bat lights or not. At the moment they're there, quite a little novelty. I'll see what happens, because this floor is going to be set up for sculpting. Because when the sculptors move in, they will be sculpting all the time. So just changing things around a little bit. Add a few windows to make it more livable so they can watch when other Sims are using the group science project, because that's what's going to be in this square, is this group science project. She's already got it. It's in their household inventory, but we can't use it yet. We can't place it. I could probably find a spot outside, but I don't want it outside. There you go, restoration ritual. Cleaned the place up. At least it worked. So now she's gone off to the festival grounds to pick flowers. Because we can't do any more building or anything at home because of lack of money. We just ran out of simoleans. She doesn't have time to join in with the festival activities. She's just picking up flowers. We'll sell them all when she's finished her collection. She found a few cosmos too, so that was good. They're worth 600 simoleans each. There's a few Sims at the festival, not many. The number of Sims there varies from time to time. Also, having a household with 15 cats in it is probably chewing up a few computer resources, so we may not have festival grounds as full of Sims as we would normally have. There's often butterflies over in this part of the world. Of course, she's off the lot at the moment. I've noticed in the festival grounds here that sometimes in the spring festival, the festival eggs sometimes spawns out there where those flowers are, or where she just picked the flowers that are off the lot. And every time I collect that egg, it resets the game. And I keep doing it just to see if it'll actually break the game again, and it does every time. But it's not spring yet, we're still in the summer. So there are no festival eggs at this festival yet. This paparazzi seems to make a lot of appearances in my games and my videos. Probably because I've got videos in Hidden Springs, a couple of them in Hidden Springs at the moment. But none of the households that are currently living in Hidden Springs will stay there. Doesn't matter what video it is, we'll move around. So she's decided in the rain she's going to try to dig for something at the festival grounds. She needs money, and she might find some valuable items when she gets into digging. But we won't watch her dig for too long. She got that outfit she's wearing from digging. She went into a tunnel and she came out with a new outfit. It's her number one everyday outfit now. The outfit I gave her is her number two everyday outfit, so at least she didn't lose it altogether. I was worried she might lose that outfit when she changed clothes to go to bed into sleepwear, but she still had it. I just had experiences from using the magic mirror. When they get a magic makeover, when they change clothes, they don't actually seem to keep the clothes that they were in. The mirror put them into. So I wondered if the tunnels did the same thing, but apparently not. She got to keep... Oh, look, that's a good tunnel. That's a tunnel where she's found us something. She can go in that tunnel and have an adventure. She might find some valuable items. Investigate. Gertie has entered the tunnel with a mixture of nervousness and excitement. Who knows what underground adventures await? Gertie has her wonderful adventure down in the tunnel. Meantime, we are the ones who wait. We watch and we wait. Oh, look, she's come out singed. Gertie has concluded a great underground sojourn, ripe with rewards and excitement. During the adventure, Gertie gathered the following rewards: 2 unknown uncommon seeds and 1 unknown uncommon special seed. She only got 1 adventure from that tunnel, so now she's going to do the right thing and fill it in before she has her shower, because she is very badly singed by the look of it. Hopefully nothing terrible will happen to her while she is filling in her hole in the ground. We might actually keep some of these tunnels that she builds and name them and make her dig a tunnel at home as well, and then she can travel to various places via the tunnel network. I haven't done that yet, but it is a very quick way of getting from place to place. So I didn't think she was ever going to get that hole filled in. She can go pick some flowers now, take a bit of a risk, considering she's still singed. But she can go pick a few flowers, because she didn't get much out of that tunnel. We sold the seeds. Maybe we should have planted them. But after picking the flowers and selling the flowers, she dropped in at the Supernatural Park. This is one of my builds, and she had a shower there. So when she got home, she was already nice and clean. I've got quite a lot of custom content from around The Sims 3, and that pet bowl she just filled is from that particular site. I'm gradually setting the house up for the cats, and in this episode, now that we've got all of the cats, I'm about to set the house up for the sculptors to move in, and that is what quite a lot of this episode is about from now on. Although I'm still getting things for the cats as well. But this floor at the moment is mostly used by cats, but it's going to be mostly used by sculptors, and the cats will move down to the second bottom basement. Although I will leave most of the cat stuff that's here already will stay here, but they'll get heaps of new stuff down on the second bottom basement, which doesn't exist yet. I did start to send Gertie out gathering flowers and suns and things, but it was going to take me sim weeks to get her to gather all of the things that she would need to be able to get the money to pay for the facilities that she's going to need for the sculptors and the cats. So what I did was I took out a 100,000 simolean loan, which she will pay back later, because I now know that sculpting is very lucrative and they can sell their sculptures later on, and that will quickly repay the loan. So as soon as she's got more than 100,000 simoleans in her household household funds, I'll take 100,000 away from her. And she's gone upstairs now. It's dark still. It's still night time. She should be sleeping, but she's building a relationship with the cats, because remember, she's got to be friends with 15 cats. And I have confirmed by doing it already in another version of this game that to get the lifetime wish awarded, she can't just befriend 15 cats and that's it. She has to befriend 15 cats and maintain the friendship with all of the cats until she is friendly with all 15 at the same time. After that, when she's got her lifetime wish, I don't worry so much about being friends with cats. At this point in this version of the game, which I'm now recording for video, I haven't actually started getting her working on befriending the cats. She's just, of her own volition, getting to know the cats. A pet hygienator is very useful. They get fleas, and the only way to get rid of the fleas is the pet hygienator, because Gertie can't be washing cats all the time in the bathtub. Just thought we'd have a watch over the cats. As you can see, I have put lots of damaged floor or wall tiles around where the plaster's dropping off the walls. That's because although this is a house that we're still building, because, well, it's a house that doesn't have the facilities we need, I am assuming that it's actually a really old place that she has bought because it's big enough for her cats, and she's actually cleaning it out, and because the lower floors have been a bit demolished, and she needs to get down there and get workmen down there to make it so that she can actually use them, when in fact what we're really doing is building them. But this is going to be the old house, the decrepit old house that she's going to want to move out of when she moves to another world, when she's able to afford to do so. And that probably won't happen until we're in at least generation 2 of the Green family. At the moment we're in generation 0 because the Greens haven't even arrived yet, and the Greens won't arrive until after the sculptors have left. So there's quite a lot happening in this game, and we've just got to do it one bit at a time, because this house won't hold all of the sims that I need. Even if I can physically get them in there with the game, you can just squeeze them in, but it's just going to be so overcrowded you won't know what you're doing. So we've got the cats have all moved in. The cats are staying, and next episode the sculptors will move in, and we'll meet the sculptors, and they'll be in for a few episodes. Don't know how many, but a few. Look, it was raining outside and it's daytime now, and it looks like Pounce has come outside to play in the puddles. This reminds me of when I was a child. I lived in an area where it rained a lot, and we always had puddles like this in the yard. Not always, but quite often. And we also had cats, and I remember my cats watching them, wanting to walk through the puddles without getting their feet wet. It was just very funny to watch. It had to go through the puddle to get where it wanted to be, but it didn't want to get its feet wet. Happened a few times. It was one of the moments of entertainment of my childhood. I would have been about 9 years old at the time when that happened. That Pounce isn't worried about getting wet. He's having a lovely time in the puddle. I like to catch the cats doing things autonomously. I didn't know what she was going to be doing. I don't know which cat that is. I think it could be Shadow, but I'm not sure. There's a piece of metal Gertie can collect, and here she is at the back of the house catching a butterfly. And a bird has spawned there as well. She's sunk into the hillside. to catch the falcon. I thought that, better. I thought she could catch it and sell it, get some money to pay for the fixing the house up. I haven't decided, at this point I still hadn't decided to borrow the money, but after the time it was taking for her to pick all these flowers and the amount of money it was going to cost to fix that house up, I decided that I didn't have weeks to sit here playing through this game just watching her pick flowers and collect suns. It's got to be more interesting things to do with The Sims than that. So she borrowed 100,000 simoleans eventually. But she hasn't done it yet. She'll use these butterflies for her elixirs. She needs insects, and sometimes she needs specific types of insects for some of the elixirs. So still on her quest to raise funds to get her house ready for the sculptors, she's come to the greenhouse again, where she's collecting suns and seeds. You just see her there in the distance picking up suns. They're worth 100 simoleans each. And that waterfall in the distance, I thought I'd go out and have a look at what's up the waterfall. This is the high waterfall, the top one at the top. There's a fishing hole. There's horses and a fishing spot. It looks like it's would be a great place to fish. Might send Gertie here one day to go fishing. That's a tourist reading a book at the fishing hole. Gertie's still back here at the greenhouse. She's put her miner up. She's going to try her luck here. See how she goes. There's horses down here as well. Always hoping to find a pink diamond or something really valuable. But of course, before she can get a pink diamond or something really valuable out of a tunnel, she's got to have a tunnel that she can get into. And this particular one isn't looking hopeful. She's been sitting here all day. It's getting dark and she's still digging. The digger isn't doing very good a job. There she goes, she's still digging and it's even darker. The stars will be out soon. This is one long dig. It'd put you off wanting to send to Sim digging, wouldn't it? Drive you to the bank to borrow simoleans. Even the paparazzi have turned up. Record time taken to dig a hole. Well, that's it, it's stopped. And it wasn't even a hole she could jump into. All she can do is fill it in. What a waste. No wonder she's going to the bank to borrow 100,000 simoleans. She's got to fill that hole in now before she can go home. It takes her ages to fill the hole in. But we'll still sell everything she's collected. We only keep the seeds that she knows what they are. All of the unknown seeds at this point are getting sold because we're not going to have enough space for a big garden. And if there's anything special that she needs to grow, well then she can go to the Humble Harvest stand and she can buy things that she can't find and plant them. Which is exactly what she's done here, and she bought some mycenae mushrooms, mycene or whatever they are, mushrooms. Because she hasn't found any of them yet, and I know she'll need some of them for her elixirs, and they do turn up at the Humble Harvest stands occasionally, but not often. So now we're back home and she's got her money, so we can afford to fix the place up. So I fixed it up, and this is me just showing you what I did. The bedrooms are done, they've got furniture in them now. We've got enough sculpting stations for the sculptors to start with. We're going to have 3 or possibly 4. I think I've decided 4 sculptors. There's 3 that we need, plus there's 1 more who I've decided I'm going to include. He's not one of the 3 that I need to do at least one of every single sculpture, but he is hysterically funny at times, and I thought I'd like you to see him in action. There's a snake down there behind that cat on the floor. Now this is the next level down. This floor I've just left pretty much empty. There's the group science project, it's fitted in its hole, and I have shrunk it to a 10 by 10 hole for the top 3 levels of the basement. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here yet, but I think it'll probably be more sculpting stations, and it might be a place to store sculptures. This one down is more for the cats, but the cats' things are all around the walls, and we've got some human things up top. And I went and bought a little cat gnome from Bug because we had a cat gnome in the original game that I've decided that I wanted to make the videos because of what was happening in the original game. And I decided, well, I've never had a cat gnome before, and I'll probably never get another one, but I'd like to have one in the game, so I just went and got it, just to replace the one that I had to leave behind in the other game. I added that door from Pets because, well, I hadn't used it yet. That's the soil rugs from Into the Future that I've recoloured brown, and that's where the gardeners are going to work. I made that wall between the garden and this area here see-through by putting lots of windows in it, because I wanted to lock the gardeners out of this area as well. And I was wondering how I could make it so I could still film in this area, because it's often very difficult to actually see what the Sims are doing with these small rooms. So I thought, windows, and that's what I've done. So those arches there are from the Ice Lounge set, because remember, if you've seen my sculpting posts, I am going to be making lots and lots of ice sculptures, and those sculpt ice arches are going to be very useful. Just looking around from inside the empty square. I like using those digital fishiness windows as well. They're from Late Night. That big cat gym, that's from around The Sims 3. Most of the custom content for the pets is from around The Sims 3, although I've not used a lot of custom content, but most of what I've used is actually either by debug or just came with Pets, the expansion pack. That tree there, that's actually a scratching pole. It's a Pets item. Those pictures on the wall, they're custom content from various makers. This is that empty-ish sort of a level. I'm thinking a steampunk theme. Those big clock windows are steampunky-ish windows. They're from Luna. Those things you can see on the walls are all custom content from various makers as well. So now you've had a good look around. I've left the cat things against the walls because the cats can still get at them, but the sculptors will be working at the sculpting stations. Gertie's going to be inventing, sculpting, using the elixir stand, using the science station. She's just going to be busily doing all sorts of things. But Gertie has still got to make all of the different types of sculptures before she'll be able to make ice sculptures that don't melt. whereas the sculptors who are coming to visit, they can already make everything in ice, and their ice doesn't melt because they've made enough ice sculptures already. So that's it. We're coming to the end of the video now. I hope you've enjoyed it. You've had a quick look around to see what it looks like. The reason for all those all-in-one bathrooms is because they catch on fire quite a bit when they're sculpting or using the inventing table. The only sculptures that make them catch on fire, though, are the metal ones. They won't be doing many of them. Now I'm going to show you a screenshot of the bedrooms. So that's the bedrooms. I think that's one of Craven Lestat's patterns on the bedspreads. So that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.